This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 467, The Way of Artificial Intelligence and ChatGPT in Sales.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Hello, Sales Babblers. This is Pat Helmers. And this week, we're going to take a break and let Pat, Chris, and Lee have the day off. Now, one of my listeners told me that they're feeling pretty bad for Chris because each week, Chris is confused, stressed, and comes up short. It's unfair. I agree. So today, instead of noodling on what the old master Lao Tze says about the Tao of Sales Babble, we're going to babble about a huge breakthrough this winter: artificial intelligence, AI. Why? Well, let me make a bold statement. Not since crypto has there been a disruptive innovation at this level. Now, this has been all over the news, and you may have heard about this, yet I'm surprised that I keep meeting people who haven't a clue about this breakthrough, which is why I want to talk about it. This winter, I've been playing with these systems, so I thought I would share a bit about what I've learned and how I've been applying it to sales. But before we get started, make sure and subscribe to this podcast. And if you could share this episode with just one friend, just one person, you'd really be doing me a favor. With that said, let's get to it. As I mentioned, AI has been all over the news. You may have heard some of the drama where that tech reporter was using the new Bing and the system proclaimed to be lonely, unappreciated, interested in having control of nuclear bombs, and the poor thing also confessed, "I love you." Yep, this is all true. But it fails to explain what's really going on. This whole breakthrough of AI just started by a release of a new service called ChatGPT in November. ChatGPT is an AI chatbot, similar to those little boxes on the far right and bottom on the websites that when you ask them questions, they never give you very good answers, unless it's like the dad jokes chatbot, where you ask, "What's the advantage of living in Switzerland?" And the chatbot answers, "The flag is a big plus." It looks like those, but a lot more useful. The company, OpenAI, they're the ones that made ChatGPT, and they released it to show off and test what a very large, powerful AI system can accomplish. You can ask it countless questions, and often you will get an answer that's useful. For example, you can ask an encyclopedia-like question, such as, "Explain Newton's law of motion," and it will. You can tell it to write me a poem, and it will. And if you don't like the poem, you can ask, "Now make it more exciting," and it will. The other day, I asked it the characteristics of hot peppers, and it generated a table. Then I asked it to turn the table into an M&M wrap, and it did. Peppers, oh peppers, they come in shapes and sizes. Some of them are wild, while others leave you with surprises. From the bell peppers to the habaneros, they have all their unique taste. Some are sweet, while others are spicy and leave your tongue in haste. Peppers, oh peppers, they make you feel alive. From jalapenos to the cayenne, they can make you survive. With their heat and their flavor, they add a little something more. Peppers, oh peppers, they're the ones that we adore. I know what you're thinking. Don't quit my day job. But here's the catch. ChatGPT doesn't exactly know anything. It's an AI that's trained to recognize patterns in vast swaths of text harvested from the internet, and in this case, a snapshot from September 2021. And further, it's trained with human assistance to deliver more useful and better dialogue. The answers you get may sound plausible and even authoritative, but they might as well be entirely wrong. For example, I asked ChatGPT who wrote the book, The Tao of Sales Babble. As I've mentioned many times on the podcast, that's the book that I'm working on, and that's what we talk about every week, are chapters from this new book I'm writing called The Tao of Sales Babble. Well, I asked it, and lo and behold, it confidently answered, E. Thomas Bear, which isn't true. Who's this guy? Bear wrote a book about sales, but he didn't write my book, and Bear died 20 years ago. So you got to take the answers with a grain of salt. But with that said, the tools are impressive. Back in the day when I was a young child studying computer science, I remember learning about the mathematician Alan Turing and how he invented the Turing test as a way of gauging intelligence. Can a human conversing with a human and with a computer tell which is which? That was the Turing test. Well, these tools actually give you the impression they are human. So how does it work? ChatGPT is a state-of-the-art natural language processing and NLP model. NLP is a field of AI that focuses on teaching computers to understand human language and to respond appropriately. And what makes this all unique is it uses predictive analytics, just like a fortune teller, but for data. It looks at historical data and tries to predict what's going to happen in the future. Have you ever started to write an email and it starts to finish your sentences? Gmail does this, right? It's the same thing, but on steroids. Going back to the fortune teller metaphor, it's like having a crystal ball for your business, but instead of seeing future love and romance and wealth, it sees trends and patterns. Have you ever noticed how fortune tellers are always so confident in their predictions? It's like they know something that we don't. But do they? They could just be making it all up. Maybe they're just really good at reading people. If you're good at picking up subtle cues and body language, you can probably make some pretty accurate predictions. And just like fortune tellers, the more accurate the data, the better the predictions. To keep the focus on business, some of the ways that AI can be used include customer service, where AI can help customers with common questions and problems; marketing, where AI can talk to customers, answer their questions, and suggest products or services; market research, where AI can collect feedback from customers and analyze trends; human resources, HR, where AI can help with employee questions and manage HR tasks; training and education, AI can provide automated training and educational resources to people, and unlike some teachers, this AI never gets tired. I know a guy who's studying JavaScript right now, and ChatGPT is teaching him it. And then, of course, there's sales, where AI can help sales teams with customer information and sales strategies. And some of the things I want to focus on today is like finding potential customers. AI can analyze customer data to identify potential customers who are more likely to buy. It can also be used for predicting sales. AI can use past sales data to predict future sales trends, which can help sales teams set targets and plan their activities. It can also personalize sales by analyzing customer behaviors and their preferences and providing personalized recommendations and offers. And in that context, it can also analyze and understand the needs and the pain points, which can help sales teams tailor their approach to each customer. It can also automate repetitive tasks such as lead scoring and email campaigns, and freeing up time for sales teams to focus on more important tasks. And it can help provide feedback and guidance for sales reps with coaching to help improve their performance and close more deals. All pretty cool stuff, huh? Let's take a moment here and let me share with you some of the things that I've been able to do with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a chatbot owned by the company OpenAI. When you bring it up, it's a web page, but it looks like a big chatbot interface or a text-based messaging system. Users interact with ChatGPT by typing in questions or messages called prompts. And the model responds with text-based answers that are generated based on the analysis of the input and its understanding of the context and intent of the user's message. It's really good at this, like scary good. For example, I've asked ChatGPT to invent a series of keyword headlines. I've asked it to author a blog post using keywords, to generate meta tags that are on websites for blog posts, to author a LinkedIn post, and to do so with hashtags. I've also asked it to generate email cadences, the kind that you'd put into an autoresponder for a drip campaign, and also to create a cold outreach program with LinkedIn messages, email messages, voicemail messages. And I've asked it to do a competitive analysis on other businesses in the niche. And I've been shocked and surprised what a good job it does. Now, I know this is an audio podcast, and I don't want to bore you to death. And sometimes it's easier to show you something than actually to read it to you. But bear with me. I'd like to share a few examples of the prompts that I've used for ChatGPT and the responses that it's shared. So for an example, let's focus on lead gen. This can happen in two flavors, marketing and sales. And just for fun, I have a pretend product called Flaming Fireplace. I picked this name because I got a gas fireplace stove right here in the Sales Babble studio. I'm looking at it right now. It's running. It's flaming. And if you want to see it, there's photos on the website. But to get back on track, let's start with the sales approach to promote Flaming Fireplace. And let's assume I have a list of leads from a specific market and a specific set of decision makers. Which, by the way, I have many past Sales Babble episodes that talk about lead gen and places you can go to find qualified leads. If you use the search tool on salesbabble.com, you can search for free leads, and you're going to see a boatload of advice, episodes, stuff like that. Go check it out. Anyway, I know you're thinking, Pat, stop getting distracted. So this is what I asked ChatGPT. My name is Pat. I work for Flaming Fireplace. I have a service that boosts marketing productivity and lowers costs. I want to sell to marketing directors. What's a good cold calling script that I can use to set an appointment? And this is how ChatGPT responded. It said, "Hello, Pat. As an AI language model, I can provide you with a sample cold calling script that you can use to set an appointment with marketing directors. Here's an example." Quote, "Hello, this is Pat from Flaming Fireplace. We provide services that boost marketing productivity and lower costs. I noticed your company is in the marketing industry, and I believe we can help you achieve your goals more efficiently. Would you be available for a brief conversation about your current marketing strategy and how we can help you save time and money? We can discuss our service in more detail and answer any questions you may have. If so, what would be a good time for us to schedule a call that works for you? Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you." End quote. And then ChatGPT goes on, "Remember to be confident, friendly, and professional during the call. Good luck with your cold calling efforts." Yeah. And then I asked, well, what if they don't answer? What's a good voicemail to leave? And it said, "Hi, this is Pat from Flaming Fireplace. I was hoping to connect with you today and discuss how our marketing, productivity, and cost-saving service can benefit your company. I understand that you may be busy at this moment, but I would love the opportunity to speak with you about this service. Please feel free to give me a call back at," and put your phone number in, "and at your earliest convenience, or alternatively, you can reply to this message via email. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to speaking with you soon." And then ChatGPT goes on, "When leaving a voicemail, be sure to speak clearly, confidently, and with a friendly tone. Keep your messages brief and to the point, and make sure to leave your contact information at the end of the message. Good luck." And the thing about this prompting that I'm giving it, those aren't bad answers, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe I'd give that a 7. But I hope that you can see that the response that ChatGPT is giving you is a great place to get started, how it can save you time. Just the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine who's a sales director, and he wanted to talk about the importance of empathy in sales. He asked ChatGPT, "Why is empathy important in sales?" And it returned 7 examples. He said he took those 7 examples and he turned it into 7 slides for a slide deck. And he also told me it saved him an hour of research. That's how cool this thing is. Let's do another one. Let's take a marketing approach where the prospective client signs up for some online demo. You know how it is when you're on a website, you'll ask them to put their name, to type in their email. That puts them on an email list. And it's pretty common then for the marketing department to create an email cadence that drips out emails every so often. I asked ChatGPT this. write a thank you email for someone who just signed up and offer to teach them about the new software tool, Flaming Fireplace. And the response was, sure, here's an example of a thank you email you could write to someone who just signed up for a new software tool called Flaming Fireplace. Subject, thank you for signing up for Flaming Fireplace. Dear, and then name. I wanted to personally thank you for signing up for Flaming Fireplace. We're thrilled to have you on board and look forward to helping you get the most out of our powerful software tool. To start, I'd like to offer you a quick tutorial on how to get started with Flaming Fireplace. During that tutorial, we'll cover the basics of the tool, and I'll show you some of the more advanced features that can help you streamline your work and get better results. Please let me know if you're interested in scheduling this tutorial. I'll be more than happy to set up a time that works for you. Again, thank you for choosing Flaming Fireplace, and we're excited to have you as part of our community. Best regards, your name. And then I asked ChatGPT to write a follow-up email if they didn't respond. And it did. So you can see how I could create an entire drip campaign illustrating the benefits of Flaming Fireplace. I'm absolutely blown away. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a plethora of tasks that it can help in marketing. It's almost like your co-pilot. It's almost like a virtual assistant. But it's not a human that's living halfway around the world. It's a piece of software. It's on the web. I've been able to use it for competitive analysis and for LinkedIn posts and meta tags. It's pretty cool. And I don't have time to go through all of them here today. But before we finish up, I do want to step back and take a look at just one example how this disruptive technology and why it's such a threat. You've probably noticed that it's harder to get a straight answer out of Google these days. It's like trying to untangle a knot in a set of headphones. Oh, I hate that when it happens. Think about it. Well, with the ads on the top and ads on the right and all those SEO whizzes writing content for long-tail searches, it's practically impossible to get a good answer. It's a needle in a haystack. With ChatGPT, it gives me one answer instead of 10 links. And it may not be the right answer, but I can ask it a few more times to get it closer and closer to an answer that I'm looking for. Personally, I'm finding I spend more time on ChatGPT than on Google searches, which is interesting because ChatGPT can help SEO folks make more and more crap to help SEO. But if less and less people are going to go there to search, well, you see the problem with that? That's going to hurt all those content writers, and it's certainly going to hurt the SEO magicians. Is this happening tomorrow? No, but it's clear to me that it's inevitable. What do you think? I think this is a tremendous paradigm shift. The ground shifting under our feet. This is change in all its glory. To return to the Tao of Sales Babble, I leave you with a quote from Lao Tze. Quote, if you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you cannot achieve. With that said, that's all I have for today. But if you'd like to continue with this conversation, reach out to me. I'm thinking about hosting a webinar to walk you through how to do this in detail by sharing my screen. If you're interested, just let me know. And if you're not, I can take a hint. I appreciate your patience with me. This is something I'm very excited about. I think there's really something here. And I'm probably going to talk some more about this in the future. So, thank you very much for listening to this. I really appreciate all you sales babblers out there and how much you've supported this podcast through the years. You may not know this. I don't know if you've seen this on LinkedIn, but we're going on 9 years this month. 9 years I've been doing Sales Babble. It's changed a lot over the time, but it's continued to be successful, and it's giving me so much joy. I would not be doing it if it wasn't for all you folks. Thank you very, very much. I don't mean to get too gushy here. Again, thank you very much. This is all I have until next Tuesday. Until then, take care and have a highly successful and a profitable selling day.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.